Hello everybody, today we are going to see one more concept in cloud computing subject, Amazon Elastic File System. EFS stands for Amazon Elastic File System. It is a scalable, fully managed file storage service which is provided by the Amazon Web Services. So, it is designed to scale your file storage in the cloud environment, and it is very simple. So, it is serverless elastic file system that lets you share file data without provisioning or managing storage. You need to just go to your Amazon web services, and to your GUI you can manage everything. There is no hurdle in doing these things. So, it follows the industry network file system standards of network file system for accessing file. So, there is no problem in accessing the files in this in this service. So, on the whole there are different types of storage services available. So, one is called file storage system, another is object storage and block storage. So, we have seen these two, object and block storage. Object storage is done by something called EBS, that is nothing but elastic block storage. And file service system is done by object storage system is done by something called S3, simple service storage. Now, in this session we are going to see how file system is managed using EFS. So, it can be used for applications which require shared file systems that can be accessed by multiple computers. At a time multiple users want to access any file, then we can create EFS service, and the same file can be accessed by multiple users in multiple locations or in multiple availability zones or multiple centers. So, this EFS can be used by the application that can access data using standard file system interface. So, your applications will be working normally without any problem. Only you need to enable the service, that file system services or protocols can be used for accessing this. So, the advantage of this system is it is scalable and reliable. As I said, how many systems you want you can scale, or how many file systems you want to allocate to your application, that you can do, or reliability will be there. As reliability means this will be replicated and the files will be kept at different locations in a single availability zone. You can attach this file system to as many number of EC2s and as many number of availability zones you want. That is why you will not lose the data, that is why it is reliable. So, when to use, we have seen three, as I have said, we have seen three services. One service is block storage, another service is file storage, and one more service is sharing storage. So, it can be used to share file system with EC2 instances. So, we have seen how to create EC2 instances. So, EC2 instance is nothing but it is a server provisioned by the AWS. So, whenever your EC2 you have different EC2s available in different availability zones, and you want to access a simple file or single file by all these EC2 instances, at that time EFS will be helpful. Your S3 and EBS will not be helping in that case. So, that is why we are going with something called EC2. So, you can have thousands of EC2 instances on our premises service from multiple availability zones can concurrently access this file system. Only one file will be kept at the EFS, and that file can be accessed by everybody. Thousands of users at a time can access without any problem. So, but only see, as I said, the problem with EBS is only single EC2 instance and in a single availability zone you can access the data, but you have multiple users across multiple regions and multiple users want to access a file, then EBS will not help me. That is why we are moving to something called EFS. So, if you see the diagram, so I hope this diagram everybody knows. We have seen this diagram when we have created VPC. So, the extra thing which is added is Amazon Elastic File System, which is added over here. So, once you create this file system can be mounted on different EC2s in different availability zones. You see, it is mounted on this, EC2, it is mounted on in this EC2, and it is mounted in normal subnet also. So wherever you want to mount this, you can mount, and these files which are available in this system can be accessed at a time by all the users, and whatever changes they want to do, they can easily do. So this is what is the diagram or architecture of EFS. So what are the benefits? Elasticity. The benefit is elasticity. There is nothing but it automatically scales the file system storage capacity. So whenever you want to increase, you want to store many files and you want to have large storage capacity, then directly you can go for EFS. You keep on adding files, the storage will be expanding. Initially a minimum storage capacity will be given, but as you keep on inserting your files, adding your files to this storage system, your memory will be increasing. So that is why it is automatically scalable, and it dynamically provides the storage capacity. That is what, automatically and dynamically based on the requirement, it reduces the size or it increases the size based on your requirement. So you can create your file system and start adding files without provisioning storage in advance. So that is what, you just create a file system and you need not attach any servers like we do in EBS. Here only you keep on adding the files, the size will be increasing based on your requirement. If the files are removed, size will be decreasing. That is why it is nothing but dynamic elastic. Next is, it is fully managed. So as we need not manage, as this service is provided by AWS, so it is fully managed and it is provided with Linux workloads. So that is why it is manageable. You can remove the complexity of deploying and patching and maintaining the under planning of a file system. Suppose if you are maintaining file system in your application, you have to do lot of work. Here you need not do anything. This all patching and deploying and maintaining the files in which order you are putting, those all is maintained by AWS. That is why it is fully manageable. Third advantage is it is cost effective. So you pay for what you use. You are not going to pay for what you are not using. So you need to provide in advance. You need not do provisioning in advance. And there is no minimum commitment for upfront fees. This is why there is no minimum cost. So when you use, then only you are going to pay the fees. And it artificially manages the life cycle management, and the storage cost reduces the storage cost by 92%. So if you go to any other file storage system, there you need to pay more. Here it is very cost effective. So what you use, for that only you are going to pay. And security and compliance, so your files are secure, nobody can access it without your permission. So your file using an existing security infrastructure, whatever is available in the AWS, they are going to provide security to the files. So as we have seen, you can control access to Amazon file system using Amazon VPC. So in the architecture, as you have seen, this file system is mounted on the VPC. VPC provides the complete security. So you can secure data by encrypting also and rest when it is at rest and when it is in transit, and means what, your files are moving from one system to another system, at that time also encryption is provided. So when files are at a storage location, the security is provided by the Amazon VPC, and whenever your files are moving from one user to another user, encryption is done and your files are secured.